Okay, let's talk about muscle building. So I'm gonna be cooking for my, I think about 90 grams, no, maybe like 80 grams of protein dinner. So I'm cooking this soy-free tofu, which got 64 grams of protein and only 280 calories. It's a mega great product, especially if you are cutting and if you're vegan. So today's dinner preparation topic is muscles, how to build them. So there's a lot of mystery about muscle building, and there's a lot of confusion and debates, and what I'm gonna share with you tonight is based literally by listening to people who I think are knowledgeable and they know what they're talking about, reading some research myself, reading articles, practice, applying it in practice. And what I have to say is that muscle building is a bit of a mystery. But there are some rules you can follow to optimize your results and to get somewhere. And basically, you have to hit your muscles with enough volume, intensity. That's like super important. If you don't hit your muscles with enough intensity and enough volume, nothing is gonna grow. You will gonna get stronger, but the size is just not gonna happen. So basically, I actually just did laundry. So basically, do at least 10 sets and up to 20, because after 20 results are pretty diminishing, and it just like requires so much time to hit, say, chest 25 sets. Like people just don't have that much time in general. And if you want like very proportionate physique, if you want to gain muscles everywhere, you would need to work out all of your body parts, your legs, your glutes, your chest, your thighs, your thighs, your abs, core, back, and shoulders as well. I actually have a separate shoulder day, so I'm focusing on shoulders a lot, especially my traps. I don't think like you can see them that much, but they're there, trust me. So so like hit your muscles 10 to 20 sets a week. You have to go at certain points of failure. Good evening. And but it is actually better if you do your set up to the point where you can only do 1 or 2 reps and stop. Because if you go to absolute failure every single time, it's just gonna accumulate fatigue. It actually will be really hard for you to recover. Even like, I'm not even talking in the gym room. In the gym room, you probably will be so gassed that you will have to like finish early, or you just won't be able to push as much. And also it will be not helpful for your recovery afterwards. So be mindful. Intensity is important, but you can definitely optimize it too. So what we've learned so far is that muscles grow if you hit them with the volume, which means sets per muscle group, and with enough intensity. So that's one. The other thing, which is super important, in order to constantly have intensity in your muscles, when you work out. You need to make sure that you are progressively overloading your muscles, or progressive overload. So what that means, once you like done certain weight, couple of days, not couple of days, but like couple of training days for the same muscle group, and eventually like you start to feel like it's you're getting comfortable, then you should increase the weight or you should increase the reps. One of the two. I usually recommend, especially like at the gym, certain gyms have like 25, 30, 35, 40. So kind of like that 5-pound jump is pretty big. So I would recommend so say if your reps are 10%, so do like increase them up to like 15 or up to 20, and then go to a higher weight, so like you feel comfortable, there's less likely to injure yourself, like or shock your muscle too much. So so basically increase your reps first and then increase your weights. Okay, so next part, recovery, super important. Without recovery, nothing is gonna grow. Like, some people think, oh, you need to like train hard, and something's gonna happen. Like, nothing's gonna happen if you're just training hard. So you need to rest. Sleep is extremely important. You will have to prioritize it. So if you're like a big partier, if you love to party every single weekend, man, you're not gonna grow. You have to go on pads, and I do not recommend to anyone to go on pads, which stands for performance enhancement drugs. They have side effects, and if you want to do them, you have to find a person who's done them. You need to find a doctor who specializes in it, like, so they can monitor you. It's just not worth it. Like, there are so many horror stories about people doing it without any knowledge about it and just hurting themselves. So you have to literally sacrifice like your lifestyle, because lifestyle is going to change, and you will just have to decide what is the most important for you. And unfortunately, like, you can't just do that lifestyle change just for like a couple of months, because muscles grow real slow. Like, it's gonna take years to get to the decent physique. Like, it's not gonna happen in a year. Well, maybe like some people actually have freak genetics, what we call, that they respond to training really well, like as opposed to average person. But people with freak genetics rare, so I wouldn't count on that. I would just really put in work, decide what's important for you, because honestly, like, you will require so many sacrifices and kind of like planning, like even like for the meal plan, meal prep, and when I say meal prep, you just have to know, like ahead, say like one day, what's your schedule like, when you're gonna be able to eat your meal, what you're gonna eat, stuff like that. So like it will become like a second nature that you have to care about it. So I'm making spaghetti with tomato basil sauce from Wegmans, and I'm making tofu, soy-free. Oops. It's 64 grams of protein just in one block, and it's only 280 calories, so it's like highly, like if you're cutting or if you're on a calorie deficit, it's incredible. So definitely recommend, even if you're not vegan. And so basically you would have to like literally take food with you, because you will need to eat a lot of protein, a lot of carbs to fuel your muscles to work out in the gym. And yeah, just like food also helps you to recover. So there's just a lot of benefits to nutrition. Well, I gotta say, like what you do at the gym is 20%, and the rest is diet, 80% and plus rest. So yeah, as I said, rest is super important. You have to sleep at least 8 hours, not less than that, even more sometimes. Because obviously, you know, we're not just like going to the gym and, you know, lay down. We also work, we also like have admin stuff to do. There's just a lot to life. And some people might be studying at the same time as they're working. So just, it's important to like optimize everything. And you know, sometimes like, for instance, I do like to read. I like to educate myself on a lot of different subjects, and I sometimes have to sacrifice my reading because, like, when I'm eating, for instance, like I watch TV because, like, I can't like eat and read at the same time. Like, I'm gonna hold the book. So yeah, sometimes you just have to sacrifice something, or like plan ahead. So yeah. So that's kind of like, in a nutshell, what's important about muscle building if you want to build muscle. The other thing is isolation of the muscles. So like if you really want nice looking, aesthetically pleasing physique, you need to isolate muscles and hit them. And what I mean by isolation, so there is like compound movements like deadlifts, squats, bench press, where they engage a lot of muscles, and a lot of muscles need to stabilize you, and a lot of muscles kind of like engage at the same time, like squats, like it would be like your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings, your lower back, even your shoulders, holding, and your core. So it's like those are great exercises to get strong real quick. And they require a lot of technique as well, so like that takes a while to learn. But if you really want to build nice looking physique, you need none of it. None. You don't need to squat, you don't need to deadlift, you don't even need to bench press. Like all you need to do, you actually like better off just doing machines, because sometimes like for isolation work, it does require you to understand technique, and you also kind of like have to sort of feel the muscle. You just have to know which muscle you're hitting, and also find exercises which kind of like agree with your body. I'm getting so distracted. I'm distracting myself. So yeah, as I said, like machines would be probably the best, especially if you're like novice and you don't really understand what you're doing at the gym. And because at the gym there are sometimes machines where literally tell you like quads, or like they like have a picture like, you know, chest, and those machines would be the best in terms of isolating the muscle. And the reason why is because first of all, you're going to be sitting down. Say if it's a chest press, you're going to be sitting down, your legs are not helping you, your core is not helping you. All is working is your arms and your chest. Stabilizer muscles do not engage, so like a lot of force goes right into your chest. So it's a quicker way to build nice looking chest, and just literally a quicker way to like a dream physique you want. So obviously not everyone has access to the gym, so like that's another thing, but I'm just telling you like what is the best way when you get to the point of like hitting hypertrophy and building muscles. So the next one, diet. Let's talk about food a little bit more. So food is extremely important. So I would tell you like some numbers and you know what kind of like you have to do. So First of all, you need to figure out your maintenance calories. And I just want to, happy Saturday, thank you. You need to figure out your maintenance calories. What maintenance calories are? It's basically your BMR, basal metabolic rate, plus NEAT, it's non-exercise activity thermogenesis, it's basically fidgeting and any like, you know, kind of like nervous body movements and kind of like twitching, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. Then it's food thermogenesis, then thermogenic effect of food, TEF, and then its activity level, and all together is gonna comprise basically your maintenance. How many calories you need to like to sustain yourself, and also like stay in the same weight and the same shape. So once you figure that out, you need to go on a slight caloric surplus, which means you have to add maybe like 100 calories or 200 calories to your maintenance, because you need to be in a surplus in order for your body to have extra energy to build your muscles. Like basically it has to like have extra to play with. And another thing, you know, like about bulks and everything, like people kind of like, oh, you have to like eat a lot, you can eat whatever you want. No, this is not how bulk works. This is absolutely not true, and also absolutely not going to help you to build muscle. It just will help you to get fat. And that's the only thing you're going to get, because sloppy diet, sloppy physique. So basically, and another reason why bulks don't work with a lot of caloric surplus is because muscle grows real slow, but fat, obviously, like your body is going to store fat pretty quick. So if it gets a lot of surplus, it's just going to store it. And thank you, Andrew. Your body is going to store fat much quicker, and you're just going to end up like with a physique you don't like, and you know, like it will be really hard for you to motivate yourself, because you're putting so much hard work into the gym, into the diet, you know, like sleeping, sacrificing, and then like you look in the mirror like, what the hell, like it's not what I deserve. And so yeah, like bulk shouldn't be more than like 100 or 200 calories per day. So we clarified that. Let me just like recap on muscle building, because like if you just joined, so I just want you to like grab that information. So first, you need to have enough volume per muscle group. Usually it's 10 sets to 20 sets per muscle group. Then you need to be in the range of reps between 5 to 30. Usually like 10 to 12 is recommended, because it's going to be sub-maximal weight, like about 80% from your PR. And that would be kind of like heavy enough to go fast, so you don't have to like rely on your cardiovascular system too much, and you're not going to be as gassed. So, and then you have to absolutely progressively overload. That means you have to constantly challenge yourself. And there has to be enough intensity in the workout, so you have to go up to the point where you can only do 1 or 2 reps after you stop, or complete failure, which is like breaking down or technique, or not being able to finish the movement. So you have to target muscles in isolation. So isolating your muscles is going to be the best. And I would recommend, if you are a newbie and you don't really know what to do, use machines. And also, one thing I forgot, you need a structured workout. You need to basically know exactly, you need like target all the muscles. So you need to program it in a way that like each muscle which you want to grow gets enough volume, enough intensity, and you just have to know what exercise is going to hit certain muscles and plan accordingly. And usually, if I'm honest with you, without professional people get lost a lot. And I would even suggest like either look up some programs online, or really hire a coach or a personal trainer, because at least if you struggle for money or anything, at least kind of like pay them like for 3 sessions. They build a program for you, and it's just like off you go. You can follow that program and get some results. It's not going to be ideal, but that's better than nothing. So another thing, diet. Diet is extremely important. In order to build muscle, you need to be slightly above maintenance. You also need to eat about 1.6 to 1.8 grams of protein per kilogram of weight, or maybe like 1 gram of protein per pound of your weight. And usually it's calculated based on your lean body mass, so excluding fat. And so carbs are going to be pretty important. I'm not going to like throw a number there. I would just say like make sure that you hit your protein and then divide your carbs and the remaining of calories, divide between carbs and fats, like 60 to 40 ratio, 60 being carbs, 40 being fat. So yeah, that's pretty much like the main thing about diet and exercising. Another thing I would say, so people say a lot about that you have to, like, in order to initiate muscle synthesis, you need to like eat protein every 3 hours, and like your body can only process like 20 to 30 grams of protein. That's not correct. Your body can process more than that, and only 1 chest day, but I hit with a lot of volume. So what I was saying, you don't have to like eat every 3 hours. You can eat, say like you can eat even, like I'm gonna have 90 grams of protein right now. So my body is gonna absorb all of it. It's not gonna waste it. So as long as you eat enough protein throughout the day, it doesn't really matter like how often you eat that. Like obviously, try to eat, at least 3 days, 3 times a week, 3 times a day, but, or you can like, usually like 3 to like 6 meals would be perfect. What do you eat in a day? So what I eat in a day, I eat oatmeal with soy milk. Then I throw some seeds like chia seeds, hemp hearts, goji berries. Then I eat a lot of blueberries. I just love them. And I then porridge, and then I eat. I have sweet tooth, so like I would eat chocolate. I would eat dates, module dates. I just love them. And then I would eat some cookies. I actually show you like what kind of chocolate they eat. So those are the cookies. They're pretty good, and they have some protein in them, and they're not too bad in terms of like calories and macros. So this is the chocolate. I just get it in Wegmans. It's a little like high on calories, but Honestly, I just love it so much. And like being a trainer, like I have to like bounce from location to location. I spend so much energy because I have to like help my clients with weights, and I also train myself. So I burn a lot of calories. So like I can't afford to eat this. But you know, if you're not as active as I am, you definitely need to watch your diet a bit more. So and so do I if my activity levels drop. So you know, I'm not like special. It's just because I do move a lot, and my activity level is huge. So then I would eat dried apricots. It's like, you know, substitute for sweets, because otherwise I would have been eating too many sweets. Then after workout, I would usually eat 1 or 2 bananas. I drink lots of coffee, especially like lattes, like oatmeal lattes, love them with cinnamon on top. That's my favorite. And kind of like satisfies my sweet tooth. Then for lunch I would eat the same tofu I'm cooking right now. It's like soy-free tofu, fava beans tofu. Then I would eat edamame beans and green lentils. I'll show you how they look. They're really yummy. French green lentils. I would definitely recommend. If you like lentils, try this. It's amazing. Unfortunately, I don't have the actual packaging, but you can get them in Wegmans. And edamame beans, I'll show you. So again, from Wegmans, I pretty much like shop all my groceries in Wegmans. So those are pretty good. They shelled, and usually put like 50 grams of them. And then I would eat beetroot, little baby beets, some pickles, especially in the winter. And then I would have a snack like an apple, clementine, maybe a pear. But pears, like, they go bad pretty quick, so like I try not to buy them, just because I waste a lot of them. And honestly, like, I have no problem, like, if food goes bad, I don't feel bad. You know, we have enough food, and I know like in certain places they don't, but like I don't like to make myself feel bad about it. But at the same time, I don't like wasting food. If I can not waste it, I won't. So like I usually don't buy pears, even though I love them. And then I would eat a sandwich with vegan belly meats, 2 pieces of bread, and and cream cheese on top. So that's, you know, pretty yummy, I gotta say. And basically, and then dinner is like what I'm cooking now. So like humongous bowl of salad. Thank you. Humongous bowl of salad, spaghetti, tomato basil sauce, then some green peas. So this one, again, buying it from Wegmans. And a salad, also like sour cream. It's vegan sour cream, and actually, I mean, I'm Eastern European, so sour cream is a big staple for us. And I kind of like got out of it because obviously as a vegan I can't eat it. But I found it in Wegmans. I was like, okay, let's try it. Even though like I wasn't missing it, but oh my god, it tastes exactly like sour cream in Eastern Europe. So I love it. So I added to my salad, and it's really low on calories, which is great. So works perfectly. So I'm about to throw my spaghetti and get my green peas into the boiling water. So just give me a little moment, I'll be with you. So yeah, that's what I basically eat in a day. And that honestly, like day to day doesn't change much. I eat pretty much the same thing every single day. I'm from Latvia. It's a Baltic state, three Baltic states: Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. So Latvia is like right in the sandwich. Estonia is on top, Lithuania at the bottom. And okay, Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
Okay, so yeah, back to muscle building, because that's what you want to hear about. So yeah, so we covered food. So when it comes to rest, so there is a lot of like stuff, you know, like cold plunges, you know, massages, acupuncture, blah blah blah. You don't need that. You don't need all of it. None of it, sorry. And what you really need is to hydrate. You need to eat, like make sure that you eat enough protein, enough carbs, because carbs are going to be driving your workouts at the gym in the form of glycogen. That's where the energy comes from. Hey, good to see you. And it's gonna help you to push harder, and pushing harder means more muscles. So protein, obviously, for the building your muscle, repairing it, and all that stuff. Fats obviously important as well. We do need them, and we need, like, I would say probably 20% out of your total calorie allowance a day. That would be the best. And yeah, go for walks. Do 10 steps a day, every day. It's good. Like, it's not gonna be definitely. It's not cardio for sure, but your body basically burns fat at rest, low intensity activities such as walking and sleep. So make sure you walk a lot. That's going to really help with the maintaining lean physique, and yeah, and it's just like it's going to really help, like, to manage your weight as well. So yeah, so kind of like I think I'm kind of covered pretty much everything tonight. So I hope you picked up a lot of useful information from this dinner prep. So I'm also gonna leave this video in my feed. Oh, thank you. You think my skin looks good? Well, I do have a skincare. I use serum, I use lip balm, I use eye creams, I use moisturizer, I use SPF every time I go out, and I reapply it every 2 hours because sun is really what aging us. Sun exposure, I mean. And obviously, you know, cold weather doesn't help, and also, like, you know, heater is on, obviously, that's why I'm able to be shirtless. Otherwise, it's like so freezing. Oh, thank you, I appreciate that. And yeah, so that's my skin routine. And I also treat myself, like, not very often because it's very expensive, to facial treatment. I love it. It's like 1.5 hours of paradise. I'm just like falling asleep, getting facial massage, and like my shoulders, and just like feeling nice work being done on your face is just amazing. Honestly, it's expensive, but it's so worth it. And I don't do it often, so and you know, you have to do something like to treat yourself. Actually, that's another thing which is super important. You have to do something like you enjoy, because if your goal is to build muscle, you have to treat yourself, you know, like if you like some sweets, have some sweets. Just incorporate them into your calorie allowance. If you like something like massage, you know, for instance, I hate massage. I just can't, like, I can't tolerate someone touching me in a massage way, and I don't like it. The only massage I can take is like facial, my shoulders, my arms, and my head. That's it, nothing else. So if you love massages, absolutely have them, because you know there's a placebo effect. It's not gonna like help you with muscle building much, but it's a great way to relax, you know, enjoy, and relaxation is definitely important in the muscle building process. So definitely do it. It's important to do something you like. And yeah, so that's kind of all, folks. Like, I don't think I have anything else to add to muscle building. You know, you just have to, I guess, like, one of the most important things, consistency and adherence. So, like, you know, don't go crazy with, you know, crazy volumes and stuff like that, like being at the gym for like 3 hours, because it's not sustainable. I tried it myself. I did last for like 6 months, and then I was like, I can't do that. It's too much time. And you have to be realistic. You have to like understand, okay, how much time I have on my hands, how much time I can spend at the gym to chase my muscle building goals. Just gotta be like doing reality checks. Seriously, it's super important. Because if you go too hard, too fast, first of all, you're gonna burn out. Motivation is gonna go down. You're gonna accumulate so much fatigue. You won't be able to recover. You're gonna be miserable. You're gonna be hating the process, and you're gonna fall off. It's just what's gonna happen. And yeah, start slow. Don't go too fast. Start slow. Let your body adjust. Let yourself adjust. You know, usually it takes about 2 weeks to build a habit. So, but with muscle building, honestly, it's like 2 months, maybe more. And the main thing, like, if at a certain point you hate the process, just drop everything. Don't work out, like, you know, for a week or two. Give your body rest. Watch your diet. Don't go crazy, and then come back, or like, you know, see how you feel, because sometimes this 1 week or 2 weeks can do a miracle. Yeah, definitely kind of like it is a marathon. It's not, you know, it's not a sprint. Muscles take like forever to build, and the beautiful thing about muscles, you can build them throughout your whole life. Even when you're like 60, you're still building muscle. You still muscle synthesis happening. Actually, one thing, well, I forgot to mention, if you are someone like above 40 years old, you have to incorporate more protein. Usually, like there's about 1% of lean body loss every year as you age. So you just have to like incorporate 1% more protein, and say if you like needed 150 grams of protein before 40, and now you're 45, now you need to add 5%, which is going to be, well, like 5%, 5 and 7.5 grams of protein more, so like 157.5, or like 158, just to round it up. Yeah, and that's it. But the training wise is going to be the same, unless like you're very old. If you're very old, you still can build muscle. However, there's a recommendation for very senior people to focus more on power and strength, because power is going to make your remaining muscles stronger, and strength is important for you to like stay independent for as long as you possibly can. But you know, before you hit 70 or 75, you're good. You can just like focus on muscle building. Okay guys, it was a pleasure. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna post this video on my Instagram. Have a nice evening. Bye.